If you're trying to go for fat loss, or you're trying to heal your gut or build muscle, and you went to this new type of diet that you think is considered healthy, it may be your bodybuilding style, broccoli with your greens and your fish, but you aren't feeling good, you have digestive issues, your energy's low, you're not getting the results with fat loss, then this video is going to be for you guys. I'm going to be taking you through 5 reasons why a healthy diet, or what we may consider a healthy diet, could be actually causing us more issues, my experience with it, and what diet we should be following and why. So I'm going to put all the timestamps below for you guys. So if you guys want to skip around to certain parts, I value your time, so it's all going to be below. But I want to start off by explaining what this diet is that I'm talking about. So when you are new to your journey, or when you're having a digestive issue, whatever it may be, a lot of the time you go to a coach, and a coach tells you, or you do some research and you're like, what are all these shredded bodybuilders eating? And they look good, so I'm gonna eat that too. They're skinny, they're losing weight, so I'm gonna do that for that, or building muscle. And a lot of the time, what that diet consists of is it's gonna be higher in carbohydrates, higher in protein, and it's gonna be lower in fat. A typical meal typically looks like as protein, fish or chicken, carb sources, cream of rice, white rice, potatoes, or oatmeal. And then fats are always kept very low. And then they have like a bunch of broccoli or asparagus or cauliflower. And then also protein sources I forgot to mention on this bodybuilder style diet, or like eggs and a lot of protein powders. So it's very, very simplistic. But there are so many reasons why this actually could be the main cause of your digestive issues, you not getting results, you not having sustainable results, and that's what I want to talk to you guys about today. So we're going to get started, and we are going to start off with the number 1 reason why I would say that this diet is not going to work. So the first reason why this healthy diet, this bodybuilding style diet is not gonna work long term is going to be restriction, okay? So when my clients come to me and they're eating this way, they have a lot of fear of food, as well as they don't know how to go out and eat a meal because they're confined to, I need to eat these foods to reach my goals, to the point where they think that those, the chicken, the rice, and the broccoli, they think that those are the good foods, and if they eat off of that, or if they are craving something else that they may like, for instance, like I like to have my raw vegan chocolate once in a while, or go out to have some sushi, and if it's not on that, they think they can't have it, they think it is a bad food, they start restricting their own diet there. So what happens is we're going for weight loss, or whatever it may be, we start on this healthy diet that we see all the bodybuilders doing online, and we restrict ourselves to just these simple food groups. We go, when it becomes so restricted, number 1, it's gonna make you start having cravings of food. When you set restrictions on yourself, it puts negative mindset patterns, which leads you to restrictive eating, which I 100% do not believe in, just because for number 1, you need balance in life, guys. And if you restrict anything, you're gonna want it even more. It's gonna become to the point where in your mind you can't get it off, and then you're gonna go binge out on that food, and it's actually gonna go against your goals in terms of weight loss. The other reason why I mean it is too restricted, if you are going more toward a simple diet by just having like white rice, like I said, the white rice, the chicken, the fish, but more because you have digestive issues and you find that the only foods you don't get gas and bloating with are just basic protein and white rice with like some coconut oil on it, then when you're having those digestive issues, if you restrict to just those few simple food groups, then number 1, you're limiting yourself from so much other food, but you're actually just treating the symptom, the gas, the bloating, because there's no like fiber and stuff that's gonna be fermenting and causing that, but you're not getting to the root of the cause. So therefore, long term, if you don't get down to what is causing your digestive issues and you're going to this diet just because you don't have any digestive issues, it's just an easy fix to get rid of the symptoms momentarily. But long term, if you want to add those foods back in that you do have sensitivities to, you do need to heal the gut, guys. And I will put down my whole series on digestion, how I healed the gut, all of that. And feel free to reach out if you guys ever do need help. This is my specialty, okay? Number 2, so the second reason, it is way too low in fat. So I know we got keto diets, all these diets out there nowadays, and people are more open to getting fat in their diet. But a lot of people look at things in terms of calories nowadays, and fats actually are 9 calories for every 1 gram consumed, while protein and carbohydrates are only 4. So if you eat like a tablespoon of nut butter, that stuff is gonna have a lot of calories fast in there, and you get more volume for less calories with carbs and protein, which is why you see people do higher like protein and carbs when they are on that bodybuilder diet and trying to lose weight, because it's less calories and more volume. The reason that this is not good, limiting fats, guys. So fats you actually need for hormones. You need for anti-inflammatory. If you have gut issues, you need to bring down the inflammation in your gut. If you have constipation and you are getting in minimal to low fats, fats lubricate the gut. Fats are gonna help with bioproduction. So if you're not pooping and you have very low fats, that could be a contributing factor to all of this here. So restricting yourself of fats, not getting enough healthy omega-3 rich fats that are gonna bring down the inflammation in the body, help going towards your hormones, going toward cognition. Fats actually too, if you're going for fat loss, they don't spike your insulin. Carbs and protein do. So they have a little insulin response to it. So it's gonna help stabilize your blood sugar levels at those meals. So number 2 is restricting fats long term. You need it for your hormones. You need it for your whole body to be functioning. You need it to go to the bathroom. So really, really focus on getting healthy fats in your diet. Don't restrict, it's a bad. Number 3 is going to be the 6 meal a day. So you hear you need 6 meals a day for fat loss, or eat smaller meals. It helps with digestion. I thought this too. I did it for so long, but let me break it down for you. So when you eat food, when you have a carbohydrate, that is gonna cause a spike in insulin, your fat storing hormone. If you are on a higher carb diet, or if you are snacking throughout the day, you are continuously spiking your insulin, which is that fat storing hormone. When you're trying to go for fat loss, you wanna be dipping into that fat storage. That's why I always talk about, you wanna be getting in plenty of protein. You wanna be getting plenty of fats at those meals, those lower insulin response, and they're gonna keep you full and satisfied. But if you're eating all throughout the day and you're spiking your insulin, you're not gonna be dipping into that fat storage. So what I like to do is I do 3 meals a day, but I keep my meals spaced out. I do around 4 to 5 hours between meals, and I do not snack in between my meals at all. I give my body time to go and do its sweep cleaning. And if you guys don't know this and you have digestive issues, the reason you don't want to do snacking throughout the day is because if you have SIBO or anything, you have something called the migrating motor complex, or MMC pathway. And it actually goes through and it sweeps out and clears out all of the bad in your gut. And if you're snacking all the time, it doesn't fully have a chance to turn on, and it could lead to an overgrowth of bad bacteria, or it could cause things like SIBO. And coming from SIBO, I will put my whole journey here below for you guys, so if you guys want to check it out. But coming from SIBO, I've done everything. I've done high carb with meals throughout the day, and that's when I had the most digestive issues, and that's when I actually relapsed. And now that I'm incorporating the time in between the meals, not snacking, the migrating motor complex is going, I'm not getting that crazy insulin spike, and I'm able to maintain a shredded physique year round and like not store fat and be burning fat as fuel in a good way. So the third thing is you don't need 6 meals a day, that basic bodybuilder, to get results in terms of fat loss. Less is more. Give yourself time between your meals. Make those meals more full with that carb, that fats, more fats and protein so that you're satisfied at your meals, as opposed to just having a bowl of fruit that's straight carbs, spiking your insulin, and then 30 minutes later being hungry. My fourth tip is going to be it's void of micronutrients. I'm gonna be honest with you. So a lot of my clients with digestive issues are going for fat loss. They come to me, their diet is very bland, just like I've been talking about, this basic bodybuilder diet. And this is why it's not good. I want you to ask yourself, what is that white rice doing for you? There is no nutrients, it is spiking your insulin, and then you're having your crash. Now imagine, instead of just having that cream of rice with that protein processed powder, like I love protein powder, but doing it at every meal or doing their egg white protein, it just becomes too much, guys. Put real food in your body. But think about it. You're putting in things void of nutrients. Now, long term, you're going through stress. You're going through things in your day-to-day life. Your body utilizes its mineral reserves, and if you're not putting more minerals back in it, aka all of your micronutrients coming from your vegetables and your fruit and your greens, and making it very, very just like nutrient dense and colorful like the chakras, then you're going to be voiding your body from what it needs to thrive. So my fourth number of why the diet's not going to work is it is limited to not a lot of nutrients and more just focused on getting in volume food and eating foods that are just very just fast, easy, basic, and in a rush. So long term, guys, when you're looking at your diet, look at it as what is this food doing for you? Like my breakfast, I always have 2 cans of sardines that are high in calcium, vitamin D, my electrolytes like potassium, magnesium. I do 2 poached duck eggs rich in choline, all my B vitamins. I do wilted spinach, and I do tons of olive oil, so I get my magnesium and all of that in there, and I always salt my food. That's nourishing. That's gonna be straight brain food. That's gonna keep me satisfied, as opposed to having just like oatmeal with fruit. Like, look at your food to fuel your brain and fuel your body. So my 5th tip is going to be, if you're going to a bodybuilder diet or a basic diet because you think it's gonna make you more shredded, I will tell you this. When you are sitting at your meal and you are eating 2 cups of broccoli, or you are taking your egg white protein, and egg whites are one of the top allergens out there and easy to get an allergy to, guys, okay? And you guys are taking your egg white proteins and you're adding your cauliflower to it so that it has less calories and it's expanding, and your zucchini noodles so that your like plate's this big and it's like no calories in it, so you can eat more. You guys know what I mean. That is gonna cause gas and bloating. All of these low calorie vegetables are very high in like fiber, especially broccoli, guys, and it's gonna ferment in the gut. Some people have very strong digestive systems, and the broccoli, it's easy to break down, they feel good, they cook it good, they're good. Other people, like myself, my digestive system isn't to that level. It doesn't do good with breaking those down, and it causes a lot of gastric distress. So I would say the 5th reason why this diet isn't working for you, why you may actually be having more bloating and digestive issues when you are eating this like cleaner diet. Example, guys, like I said, your broccoli or your cauliflower with your chicken, you know, your volume foods. And that is just sitting in the gut, it's fermenting. And if you have underlying gut issues, like I said, SIBO or any type of like leaky gut, this is really hard on your system and it's gonna cause more issues. And just because you see someone else doing it doesn't mean it's meant for you. You may need something that is more carnivore or more like less fiber and higher in your fats and protein until your stomach could heal. And that's where the gut healing comes along. So I'm gonna go over those one more time with you guys. So the top 5 reasons why your basic diet isn't working for you is number 1, if you go to that basic bodybuilder diet long term, it's gonna be void of nutrients. Number 2, it leads to negative mindset with food and restrictive eating, and kind of back to that, restrictive of your nutrients, okay? Number 3, it's gonna be low in fat, and fat is needed for hormones. It's needed for stabilizing our blood sugar levels, keeping our insulin levels low, satiety at those meals, okay? Then we have the volume component, the bodybuilder diet or any diet for weight loss. We tend to volume eat, or if we restricted our diet for so long, we still tend to volume eat because we want more. We want more for less. Like, you know, we're stressed out, we go to food, so we want a big plate of food. And all of that fiber and that fermentation, it could just be too heavy on your system and be causing more gas and bloating. Switch it out with some steamed spinach, guys. Throw those healthy fats on there. Make it easier to digest on your system. And the last one, of course, you don't need to eat those 6 meals a day, guys. That could be causing that insulin spike. Sometimes less is more. Give your digestive system a break. Instead, focus on quality, nourishing meals. And I will put down below, guys, what I eat in a day, my current up-to-date whole diet. And just to let you guys know, if you guys ever do need help, I am taking on 2 new clients. I have my spots available. Everything is consulting. We hop on a call and I take you through everything. I teach you how to create a diet, what to be eating to master your metabolism. Remember, everybody's body is different. Not everyone needs different practices. And what I do is I go into detail with what we need for you based off of your hormones, based off of your digestion, your age, your current training, your goals. So if you need help, don't hesitate to reach out. I will drop it below for you guys, and get ready, more content coming your way. Make sure to subscribe, follow me on Instagram and TikTok, and I hope you guys have an incredible week.